Do you guys know what a vulnerable narcissist is?
Me.
Vulnerable
What the
narcissist.
fuck does that mean?
Yeah, what does that mean?
Tell us about you
It's
then.
going against itself.
I'm just narcissist.
But there's
Not
a difference
vulnerable.
between grandiose narcissists and vulnerable narcissists.
Oh,
Narcissism.
I feel like I've learned about overt or covert versus overt narcissism. Maybe that's similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everyone has a little bit of narcissism, right?
I feel like everyone somehow on some sort of level is always concerned about themselves, and I think that's just part of being human.
It's part of
think so.
survival. Part of survival. You're trying to stay alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think once it becomes like a personality disorder is because it gets out of hand, maybe? I don't know.
I don't steal anything.
Huh?
Nobody accused you.
What did you steal?
outed himself.
What did you steal?
Nothing.
So, the way they describe this here is that vulnerable narcissists tend to see the world as a competitive, threatening place in which their skills and abilities go unrecognized.
That's Bart.
They are.
No.
The dermatologist, man.
Yep.
But what skills is that?
Putting lotion on.
Yeah. Doing it 4 times a day.
And you took it personal.
Competing with nothing.
You vulnerable narcissist.
VN for short, Bart.
So far. So
The
far.
lotion
call him?
skills.
I'm rooting for you, Bart. I think
Vulnerable narcissist.
we're gonna debunk this. You'll see.
Really?
Alright, so they're saying here that vulnerable narcissists often adopt a victim mentality in which is disempowering and demotivating. So if people are raised in ways which increase their likelihood of becoming narcissists, their underlying personality may dictate whether they're more likely to become grandiose or vulnerable narcissists. So people who become vulnerable narcissists, they may be quieter, more sensitive, and more introverted. And if the parenting mix is right, these traits may be susceptible to vulnerable narcissism. Honestly, reading this shit, I'm like, oh my god, I think this is me. 'Cause I'm like,
Isn't it about you?
I'm like, holy
The article's
shit.
just written. It's written by
about
Tiff.
It's written all about Tiff.
This author must have written about you.
She's talking. She knows me.
Totally.
Also, my hands smell like pennies.
Pennies?
So this is all about Nikki now.
Get distracted.
Such a specific smell.
No, I'm like,
Did you touch blood?
I don't know.
Bart
Oh,
doesn't,
maybe, I don't know.
This
Bart doesn't
table?
bitch about things though.
He doesn't.
Okay,
Once
so,
he said that part out, Bart was out.
Wait, he does?
What?
I don't make myself the victim.
No, you never do. No, you're not. That's not you at all.
Well, what we're really focusing on this angle of this article here is, are you raising your child to be a vulnerable narcissist?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
please
let's
teach me. I don't-
teach me. I don't want that.
So, first thing on this thing is giving them a sense of entitlement. And this also goes with your actions as the example. You might not
Absolutely.
be directly influencing your kid to be this way, but by your own actions. So they're saying that instilling a sense of entitlement isn't necessarily about sitting your child down and telling them that they deserve special treatment, but they can learn by your actions when you act entitled towards other people. So for instance, demanding special treatment based on your perceived importance or financial status, you are then teaching your children that some people, including them, are deserving of special attention. So they're also saying that like bringing your child up to feel confident about their abilities and making themselves in general, and to pursue activities and interests which make them feel good is healthy, and a small dose of entitlement which help people think creatively. So that's good. It's good to encourage confidence in your child, but it's very different when you're teaching them that they are superior to other people based on like their ethnicity, their social class, their wealth, their intelligence. So growing up that particular way can be demotivating.
Oh yeah, we tell Tyke that he's dumb and he sucks at everything.
He's the worst.
That's good. Good job.
Yeah.
Now he's dumb and he sucks.
Since he's Chinese and Mexican, he is double worse.
We push him down extra hard.
Yeah.
I have a family member like this with my cousins, and they like she would always have to talk about money all the time and like how much the outfits that she bought her kids cost, and then she would ask my mom like how much did hers cost.
Oh, yeah.
Like that. And or like if someone was like, oh, I like this decoration, she'd be like, thank you, it was from Nordstrom, it was $400.
Jesus
Like,
Christ.
she had to put a price tag on everything, and it had to be like, yeah, I spent that much money because I can, like that kind of thing.
Dude, for me, I feel like this was instilled in my childhood because it was always really brought up in like in my attention, like the fact that I come from a broken home, that my parents were divorced, like that was part of my identity and it was always brought up. And it was also because of the fact that like we just didn't have a lot of money, and then that was also like I could never ask for anything. So it's like you are poor, you're not special, like, or you are special because you're poor or whatever. It's like twisted really weird. Where,
Wow.
like, I feel like that's kind of like where if I see myself in this article, I feel like that's probably where.
That's tight though that you recognize that. I mean, if that's true.
Yeah. So next one.
I feel like I talk about money when I got a deal. Like if someone's like, "Oh, I like your earrings," I'm like, "Oh, it's $2, fucking $2."
Yeah, your intent is different too, though.
Yeah.
Go get them.
The intent's more like communal. Like, oh
Yeah.
shit, you like it? Let me help you.
Yeah.
Whereas the other one's like, I'm above you, and
Yeah.
this is how.
You could never have
no.
this. Yeah.
I want them to feel like shit. I'm like, how much did you pay for it? Well, because you're dumb as fuck. That's why I get the deal.
All right.
Good for you. Don't ever change.
Rejection of authority. So narcissists think that they know better than everyone else, and even when there is no evidence to support this. So then like when a parent, for example, is telling their children that their teachers are all idiots and they don't know anything, you're like, as a parent, you're teaching your child to not respect authority.
Oh shit, our child's gonna be fucked up.
This one I don't relate to, actually.
We do not respect authority.
No, mine was different.
I respect the
Yeah, my mom would go to parent-teacher conference meetings and go, okay, tell me what my son did. So I know you can't hit him because you're American, but whatever you want to hit, however you wanted to hit my son last quarter, I'll do it for you.
I mean, if they earned my respect, I'm like, you have governing you can govern my children, but I feel like, you know, just title alone doesn't earn respect, and so like I have a hard time believing anyone's better than anyone else just because of a title. Yeah.
Okay, next one is acting like a victim. So, I mean, that's kind of pretty self-explanatory there. Like when you act as if you are living in an unfair society and you have zero control over the things that have happened to you. You are just the victim of being a victim, which definitely was my fucking childhood right there, to the T. So, yeah, it's just the fact that you're blaming other people in society or other people or society in general for the things that happen to you. So you're pretty much telling your child that they lack agency over their own lives.
That's too much.
That's one thing I really
Raising a kid.
Yeah, that's
It's
what.
rough.
Yeah.
Nobody tells you what to do, man. They just hand you the baby like,
Yeah.
oh, what was your last
See you
name?
later.
I got more training to put burgers in the back of a Burger King broiler than to freaking be a father.
Like some people have a college fund, I'm gonna have a therapy fund. Like
You need it.
something's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Hey, that's smart.
I don't know what. I
That's very true.
don't know what's gonna be.
Well, you will give the kid no compliments whatsoever,
I'm gonna try.
and I will be extra hard on that little fucker.
If they deserve compliments, then they'll get them.
It's conditional love. That's
Oh, which
Conditional? Yeah.
the next one.
Is it really?
So the next one says making your child feel undeserving of your love. So it's literally
I never do that
being
either.
like
I do too much love.
Like you will only get love if you achieve something considerably valuable.
See, I feel like that's how we were raised.
Yeah.
I would never do that to my child.
I do over love.
I need so much love. I'm just like, here, I'm gonna give you what I didn't.
Pouring out of you like, my mom never hugged me.
Me too. That's literally me with my son too.
I do that to my kids.
My kid doesn't want. He's like,
Yeah, he's like, stop it. Time out.
I did it to my son yesterday. I was like, oh, good morning. Can I have a hug? And he's like, swipe right, swipe right.
What?
He really did. That was my youngest one. That wasn't even the cringe son. And I was like, it's swipe left anyway. You don't know how I fit there. You don't even know which swipe it is.
They're so normal though.
I
Like
know.
it just sounds like such a
It
normal.
was such
child.
a jerk move, man.
Kids sound like what a 45-year-old like Hollywood screenwriter would write dialogue for kids to say.
Yeah, yo, no lie. The other night, same son, it was like 9:04, right? And I hear his phone, you know, the FaceTime sound, and you can hear him. He's like, hello? He's like, Fortnite? At this time of night? No, are you crazy? It's almost my bedtime. And then he hangs up the phone.
How responsible.
And he goes to bed at 9:30. And he was
You have an old
jiggling.
man.
He's a young old man. He's like, oh no, it's past 9. I can't. Like he has no school, nothing to do tomorrow.
Quarantine too. That's
They're
crazy.
quarantined.
Wow.
He's like, how
What time
dare
does he
you call
wake
me?
up?
He wakes up between 5:30 and 6.
Why?
Oh my goodness.
On his own.
To do what?
To just get up, he goes, makes breakfast.
He's a morning person.
He has a routine.
He's a whole routine.
He brews the coffee for everyone.
Circles the classifieds. He literally goes down there, eats a bowl of cereal, hangs out, takes a shower. He's up, and I get up at 6:30. He's been up for an hour.
I get why you want to smother him with kids.
Oh, he's the best.
He's wearing a suit. He's got a briefcase. He's like, morning, Dad. Cooking on a banana.
Yeah, banana boat.
He really, and he's always been like that. Always went to bed on his own. Never have to put him to sleep. Always wakes up for school. No alarm.
Well, how did you do it? You had no manual. You're better at burgers.
Yeah.
Dude, I didn't do anything. I just noticed one day, like,
Just your being.
it's me, because I go to bed at 9:30.
You
We
set
both
a
go
good
to bed.
example.
And we're like,
Exactly.
I'm tired.
That's all it is.
My older son, trash. 12 o'clock at night, wakes up at 10, 11. He's just freaking doing nothing we want him to do. He doesn't come out of his room. But the
Do you blame it on your wife? Do you go like, that's from you?
Oh, yeah. And that's all we do is parents blame the bad stuff on the other side of the family.
So when Taika's messing up, I'm like, hey, look at your son. But then if he does
Like,
something
that's all
awesome, my
you.
son is
Yeah,
tight.
that's all we get. That's all we do.
Dude, in our household, it's easy.
Yeah.
We just blame it all on his dad. We're like, but like internally, not. We're just like, see, you got that from his dad.
That's funny.
But anyway, last one here is criticizing your child's core personality.
Aww.
Yeah. So they're saying that there might be things as a parent.
Wait, this is
that-
how you can rate vulnerable narcissists.
Yes.
If you do these things.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And so they're saying, like, as a parent, sometimes you might feel, this is the way they write it, that your child has certain things about the child that are unacceptable, such as tendencies towards being quiet or more introverted or whatever it is.
Oh.
And maybe your child is the opposite of you and you find that really hard to accept. Or your child is very similar to you and driven by feelings of self-dislike, you push them to be different. And so you end up raising your child to feel ashamed of their core self.
That sucks.
And so that combined with creating them in creating a need in them for external validation, you are creating the perfect situation for them to feel judged and suspicious of the motives of others. And then combined with the sense of being superior to other people, that's when you're pretty much creating a vulnerable narcissist who will then lead a lonely and resentful.
What if you, so like we all have some of these traits, but you have to have all of the traits to become a vulnerable narcissist.
It's like villain training.
Cause I feel like I feel like maybe that's how we all ended up in the entertainment industry, cause
We all have some sort of this.
like some of those are true. Like the last two, I was like, dang, I was definitely raised the last two, but the other ones, I'm like, no.
I definitely had the last one. I didn't have the deserving of your love one. I just never even got it, period. Cause like this one is like you have to earn it. But I'm like, even when I did good things, I was like, oh.
Come on, Tiff. It's okay.
But like, yeah, that's why I saw myself a lot in this article where I was like,
that's actually really hard though as a parent.
That's hard.
You have a predetermined idea of what you want your kids to be.
Yeah.
But parenthood is really just like helping them navigate who they need to
Who
And
be.
they
it's
are.
hard.
It's hard though.
Because it's like you're dealing with your own shit. And
Yeah.
sometimes you're oblivious to that because it's like I gotta keep schedule, or I have
Yep.
this deadline, or I gotta take you here, or you should be on track. And it's I can see how you can and like
You get overwhelmed as a parent.
they're trying to save you from yourself, like, because the last one was like, oh, if they're too similar to your personality type, then you like dislike that in yourself. I think that was like how my dad was when like he was a crybaby growing up and he'd get picked on for it. So I cried and he would like get really mad at me for crying because he's like, you can't cry like that. And
They can beat you up.
yeah.
I'm a girl. It's okay for me.